Galaxy Buds 2 are affordable earbuds from Samsung with active noise cancelling. I was lucky to get a pair as a freebie with my Samsung Galaxy A54, which I'm currently reviewing, and I couldn't be happier. In this video, I'll go through the unboxing and setup of the Buds 2, the software and other features, and we'll share a microphone sample and some of my thoughts about the buds themselves. The box is nice and small and shows the color of my model, which is olive in my case. On the back, you can see some specs like two-way speakers, active noise cancelling, comfortable fit, and between 5 and 20 hours of playtime, if you recharge with the case, and the fact that the sound is designed by AKG. Let's open it up. In addition to a safety seal at the top, there's also some tape at the bottom, so you'll need a knife of some sort to open it. Inside, we get the case, which is white. Not sure why, but I was expecting it to be olive, but I was only half right, as we'll find out in a moment. But let's first check the accessories. We get the USB-A to USB-C cable, which is great to see, as it will keep the case charged. There's also a wee box with a few ear tips in 3 sizes, small, medium and large. We'll discuss the fit soon. I almost missed it, but below the top of the box there's also another box with a quick start guide, explaining among others how to charge, connect to your phone and wear the buds, plus a warranty card. And finally, the case itself. It's nice and shiny. It supports both wired and wireless charging, so if your phone supports reverse charging, like my Pixel 7 Pro or Nothing Phone 1, you can charge it on the go. Speaking of which, the tiny batteries in the buds can get around 5 hours of music with active noise cancelling or 7.5 without, and another 15 extra from the case, so you should be fine for a full day of travel. The color inside the case matches the color of the buds, so in my case it's a lovely green or olive color. Let's talk about the build and design for a bit. The aforementioned olive color looks great in my opinion, and I was really happy that it nicely matches my phone's color, so it was definitely the right choice. However, there are other options, including graphite, lavender, and white, plus onyx in some markets. They're the in-ear design, which is different from the earbuds I'm used to, ones like Huawei's FreeBuds 3. I used to prefer those because they wouldn't go all the way into my ear canal. But I'm starting to get used to them and they're feeling more comfortable now. Luckily, I haven't had any issues with them trying to fall out yet. However, I don't think I'd recommend them for running, both for fear of them falling, but also because they don't have proper waterproofing, which can be helpful in rainy Scotland. They apparently have the IPX2 rating, which is not great. If you want better waterproofing, you can get the Galaxy Buds 2 Pro, which are IPX7 rated and could survive short immersion in water. On the positive side, they're very lightweight, at just 5 grams per bud, which is the lightest on the Samsung current earbud line, so you won't notice them much. Let's go through the setup. If you have a recent Samsung device, you're in luck. As long as you have Bluetooth on, pairing is as simple as opening the earbuds case and clicking connect. It's super simple. You'll get a few questions about notifications, device location permissions, as well as the relative position of the device, which we'll discuss later. In my case, there was also a firmware update, which is always good to see, as well as a bunch more permissions. I'll skip the details here. You can also decide if you want automatic updates, which I always recommend. Once you're done, you'll see the Galaxy Wear app, which is actually quite a good app from my experience. At the top, you can see the battery status of both buds and the case. On the first run, you'll also get the tips and tricks walkthrough of the earbuds. You'll see which way to put them in and to remember the left and right labels to avoid confusion. Like here when I was holding them the other way around. Oh well, better luck next time. There's also the earbud fit test, which tells you if you pick the right side of the bud tips. Make sure to check it, as it will impact the sound quality and noise cancelling performance. All good for me. It also goes through the touch controls, which we'll discuss in a moment. Next, you can add a widget to your home screen, and I would recommend it. I found it to be very useful, with quick access to the status and some functions. Then you can see how to pair with a different device. Just put the buds in the case and press both buds at the same time. Finally, there's some advice on the best practices for using the earbuds. Let's start with one of the key selling points for Galaxy Buds 2 at this price point, the inclusion of active noise cancellation. If you go with active noise cancelling, the buds will listen to the noise around you and will try to cancel it out. It works great when there's actually some background noise and you're listening to music. It works surprisingly well. If it's quiet around you and you're not listening to anything, there's actually a bit of extra noise produced by the buds, so it's better to keep them in the off state, since they isolate the sound passively well enough thanks to their shape and placement. You can also enhance the ambient sound around you in case you need to listen to music or something around you. Once you enable it, you can set its volume further, from low to high, and tweak it to your needs. The noise cancellation might not be top of the line, especially compared to over-the-ear headphones, but it's definitely a great addition, and it helped me on my long flights to Bali. Then there's the touch controls. A single tap is to play or pause, double tap for next, and triple for previous track. You can also configure what touching and holding does for both buds in the app, changing noise controls, invoking Bixby, controlling the volume, or switching Spotify on. I like that there's a lot of options here. You can also enable or disable controls for answering phone calls. I can't say I use touch controls too much. I normally prefer to just use whatever app I'm using. It's also a bit difficult to remember what combination to use, and it doesn't always register the right touches, especially if you want to adjust the earbuds and you end up pausing the song. So I can't say it was very helpful for me personally, but it can be for others. But as I mentioned, I like the fact that it's quite configurable, so it's definitely a plus. Okay, let's discuss the sound quality. I would say that the sound is quite balanced, with no super deep bass, but quite good definition. That's thanks to the dynamic two-way woofers and tweeters built in. I have to say I enjoyed quite a variety of music. From my usual first test, Bad Guy by Billie Eilish with nice bass drops, or some Dua Lipa, which sounded quite nice and clear, to my usual rock and metal, where Korn's bass sounded really powerful, and operatic clean vocals from Nightwish's Floor Jansen gave me some goosebumps. I think for the price, the sound is really good, and it always reminds me how much more you can hear compared to just using your phone's speaker. You can also further modify the sound using the built-in equalizer. However, I can't say I was super impressed by it. You only get a few options like bass boost, dynamic or clear, but for some of them, I couldn't hear a huge difference. I wish you could use a graphical EQ instead and see what changes are actually applied to the sound profile. Some other features include 360 audio and Dolby Atmos, so depending on what apps you use, you might get a full immersive sound experience through different audio codecs. From a more practical point of view, you can also use the app to find your earbuds using the SmartThings functionality. It can be quite useful if you, let's say, sometimes misplace your gadgets. Definitely not me. As long as they're outside of the case and with some charge, they should make some noise and help you find them. It even shows them on the map, which can be super handy if you lose them outside. Finally, let's check the microphone quality. I recorded this audio sample with our chief mobile opinionist Matteo a few weeks ago, soon after getting the earbuds, and I hope it can help you assess the microphone quality. Alright, and this is a sample video of the Samsung Buds2, the earbuds from Samsung, which I've just been unboxing and trying out. We are on a call with Matteo, our chief mobile opinionist. Hi, Matteo.
Hey, Lukasz. Thanks for joining the call. Good, thanks. Whilst you're reviewing the Samsung Buds, or Buds2, I should say, I'm busy doing a pair of Soundcore buds, but I am using my main microphone just for fairness. But yes, do check out the Tech Travel Geeks video about the Soundcore P2i wireless earbuds, which are around about 1/10 of the price of the Samsung.
Indeed. Those that I'm reviewing cost £139. Luckily, I got them with the Samsung A54, which I'm also reviewing on the channel. So if you haven't seen the video, it's quite a good mid-range device that I'm checking out right now. I haven't had the chance to listen to too much music using those buds. They look interesting, and they're quite different to what I'm used to, because I usually use like those bigger ones from Huawei or similar where I'm not putting them all the way in, unlike those ones which go deep into my ears. But yeah, I'm getting used to it.
So the buds do they have silicon tips that isolate sound?
They do, and they do have noise cancelling, active noise cancelling. So I'll be testing that on the plane. I'll be flying from Edinburgh to Qatar, and then from Qatar to Singapore. Those are going to be long flights, so I'll see how they work. They also support up to 5 hours of active noise cancelling, plus 15 more if you charge them in the buds. Plus they have wireless charging, so I can use my Nothing phone or some other device to reverse charge them. So on this call, we are using my microphone from the Galaxy Buds2. Matteo, what are your thoughts on the microphone quality from your side?
Sound is good. I would say the only downside to it is there's an ambient echo to it, which I think comes from the fact that you maybe you're not using your main microphone, which I'm used to, but you also have a slightly less sound insulated room you're calling from. So I would say the Samsung Buds 2 seem to be very accurate, but that's just my perception. I think our audience should probably make their mind up themselves.
Definitely. So we'll leave it to you to say what you think the microphone quality is like. But thanks, Matteo, for your thoughts. Yeah, quite exciting. I'll let you know how what my thoughts are after some time. This is just very short impressions, but so far, so good. So yeah, let's see. In a moment, I'll come back with my final thoughts. But for now, thanks, Matteo.
Great, thanks. And say hello to the Doha teddy bear for me.
Will do. Cheers.
Thanks, bye.
So that's the sample. To me, the microphone sounded alright, but let us know in the comments below what you think. Overall, I have to say I'm more impressed with those earbuds than I expected, especially since they're not my usual shape. I took them on my honeymoon and they came in quite handy throughout the trip. If you're looking for reasonably priced earbuds from Samsung with good active noise cancellation and great sound, they're definitely worth considering. And that's it for this video. I hope you found it useful. If you did, leave a like and make sure to subscribe to the Tech Travel Geeks to see more videos from us, including the upcoming Samsung Galaxy A54 long-term review. But for now, thanks for watching.